Hi folks, this is Mike the Pole Barn Guru, and today we're going to talk about something that is a lot more important than you might possibly think, because you'd think everybody did things the same way. Well, this is post-frame buildings, and we just don't do that. Today we're going to talk about eave height and interior clear height. Now, there actually is an official ANSI, which is the American National Standards Institute, definition of eave height, and it's in a document called Post Frame Building System Nomenclature. Isn't that a fun name? So the definition is the vertical distance between the floor level and the eave line. And the eave line is defined as the line formed by the intersection of the plane formed by the top edge of the purlins and the plane formed by the outside edge of the sidewall girts. Well, okay, personally that's a great definition, but it does leave something to chance. If the building doesn't have a concrete floor, a concrete slab on grade poured at time of construction, is the floor level at grade? In other words, is it at the bottom of your splash plank? So does this mean the eave height changes if a floor is later poured? Or how about a building with a raised wood floor over a crawl space? Okay, so this kind of confuses things. So we picked something that we felt was a consistent definition that does not depend upon whether there's a concrete floor or raised wood floor of the building or the slope of the roof. We've picked a definition of eave height as the measure from the bottom of the pressure-treated splash plank to the intersection of the underside of the roofing at the outside edge of the sidewall columns. Pretty straightforward. It's always going to be the same whether you pour a concrete floor or you don't pour a concrete floor. And it is not impacted by the thickness of the height of the end of the trusses. So let's talk about interior clear height. It is not the same as eave height. Never the two shall meet. So from eave height, you need to deduct the thickness of your concrete floor, or where the top of the concrete floor is above the bottom of the splash plank. Done properly, it should be 3.5 inches for a nominal 4-inch floor. And you have to deduct the thickness of the heel of the roof truss. So for a 2x6 truss at a 412 roof slope, with a standard heel, you're usually going to lose 6 1/16 of an inch. Now, if you have a raised heel truss for insulation of, say, 18 inches in height, you have to deduct that 18 inches from the eave height in order to get an interior clear height. For those of you that are listening and are looking at putting up a barn dominium as an example, and let's say you're going to have a finished drywall ceiling. So to use 8-foot long sheets of drywall, you want a height from the top of your floor to the bottom of the truss of 8'1" 1/8 of an inch. So then you need to add in the 3.5 inches for your concrete floor and the thickness of your truss heel to arrive at an eave height that will give you a perfect 8-foot finished ceiling. Obviously, if you want a 9-foot or a 10-foot ceiling, you have to add a foot to that space in between. Normally, to be safe, if you're going to put up a shop or a garage, I normally tell people figure your interior clear height is going to be roughly a foot less than your eave height. And in most cases, that'll be a safe answer. Hopefully this has given you a little bit of guidance. I'm Mike the Pole Barn Guru, and we'll see you soon on another video. You take care.